We are officially 30 days into the cold plunge challenge, which means I'm officially a third of the way there. 15 more days until I reach day 45, which is my personal tipping point. And if you've been going along with this journey, then you know the tipping point is that halfway point where you're right on the other side and you're actually closer to the finish line than you are to the beginning. And what I'm going to do is take this time to explain, post 30 days, what's different, what's changed. Is it everything I thought it would be? Is it worse? Is it the same thing? Is it all hype? Does it make a difference? And so those are some of the thoughts I want to share with you. If you've clicked on this, you've probably seen the video itself is a few hours. And the reason being is because for this series, I really want to show the middle. I really want to show the process. And so I'm leaving in the full raw videos of me doing the cold plunge every single day for 30 days. I think it's good to do that because so many times we take the highlights and we cut out and we strip things down. And you can actually see every day the emotions I go through, my reactions to the cold plunge. And you can skip through it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Play, pause, fast forward, watch on 2.5 speed. It doesn't matter. Nonetheless, I believe it's important to showcase the reality of what doing a cold plunge every single day looks like. And what you'll find is I'm not always in the mood. I'm not always a happy camper. I'm not necessarily doing it for the video. I'm doing it for myself, and the video just happens to be there. So you are seeing me in my most real and authentic state of mind. I also do it within the first 30 to 40, 45 minutes of waking up. There's been mornings where I have not felt good, or I've had a poor night's sleep and I still get into the plunge. There's been mornings where I'm sleeping really good and I had a great night's sleep and I actually don't want to get up and get out of bed, but I've got to get it done. So here is a recap in terms of the previous 30 days on what I truly believe about the cold plunging so far. Number one, it has done wonders in terms of getting things done. Around day 7 or 8, this mantra kind of came to me: it doesn't get easier, it just gets done. That is something that I'm a firm believer in. Every day I get into that cold plunge, it does not get easier. The cold is very much the cold. And I have said this over and over because it is true. There is no solace in the idea of eventually your body gets used to it. It does not. Your body does not get used to it in any way, any shape, any form, any fashion. Now, the way your brain perceives it changes. The way your mentality responds to it is definitely different. However, the way your body feels the cold water, it's the same every single day. And so you have an initial reaction of freaking out, panicking, of breathing, and you have your brain, in your mind, you're trying to say, okay, just give yourself to the process, meditate, just relax, get your breath under control. You're in here for 3 minutes, you know the drill, give yourself to the process. That's when everything goes well. When things don't go well is when you're trying to give yourself to the process and your body is saying, no, we're not doing that. This is stupid, and I'm going to let you know it's stupid. And your brain, the other half of your brain is saying, yeah, we're not doing this. Get out. And so every second for the 3 minutes is a fight. You're fighting you against you. One version is like, relax, we've got it, we've done this plenty of times. And the other half is saying, dude, what are we doing? Exactly, we've done this enough. We do not need to be doing this anymore. Those are the worst mornings, when every second is truly a fight. Those are the worst. Now, the post feeling. I can't tell you how amazing it feels without you probably experiencing it for yourself. But if they could sell it in a pill, if they could sell it in some form of a supplement, the post cold plunge feeling, emotion, dopamine, whatever that is, and the duration that it carries out for, I would say, at least for me, it carries until 2 p.m.-ish. If they could sell that, they would be a multi-hundred billion dollar company. I don't know why it is that way. I don't know what it is that does that. I'm assuming it's because your body is in panic and it's in a shock. And then once it realizes it's okay and it's made it through, it's just this extreme joy and happiness and dopamine. And so from that perspective, that could be why. I don't know. Maybe I should do some more research on it. So the post feeling is amazing. When you get done knowing that you've done something difficult and hard, something that isn't easy, something that you know a lot of people are not doing, it feels amazing. And from a psychological standpoint, it moves the needle. It moves the needle in your day, it moves the needle in your life. And I can just tell you from right now, my own experience, I have a lot of friends. And I've had some who've come to do the plunge, some who don't. And the ones who have tried, I haven't got any one of my friends to do it more than twice so far. And I've had the plunge for 45 days because it's hard. It's one of those things where it looks cool and it looks fun to do. And you do feel like a badass when you're done. And it's like, yeah, I plunged. Yeah, I get it. It can be a little cult-like, but it is cool. There's some like not socialism. There's some social aspects to it when you do it with your friends. However, only 3 of them have actually done it twice. And they were all saying, oh, I'm gonna come at least once a week. I'm gonna come twice a week. But once you realize your body isn't gonna actually get used to it, you're gonna have to deal with that same uncomfortable feeling every time. It's a little bit different. The same thing is going for 3 minutes. The worst part about it is when your hands are in, at least for me physically, it's my neck and my hands and my wrists and my forearms. And I have a couple friends who will get in and they'll sit in and they'll leave their hands out. And I'm nice, so it's admirable. Hey, you're getting in. You're getting in for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, that's all that matters. And in the same breath, on the other side of the quarter is, the point isn't to do things to make it easier, it's to embrace the uncomfortable. To be uncomfortable in the process. That's the whole purpose behind the challenge, is to give yourself to the uncomfortable feelings and the uncomfortable experience. So I say that to say, being post 30 days, it's really interesting to see how you can all start. You can all start with these ambitions and you can all start with a specific goal, but as time goes on, you'll just see like not as many people continue to it. And that's why I chose 90 days. Because I really do believe 30 days is actually easy to achieve no matter what it is, as long as it's not something extreme, But 30 days is not difficult. That is just, 30 days out of your life, do the same thing every day. 60 days to me is, okay, you've got some will, but 90 days, that is, whoa, you moved your life around. And I can't tell you, I think there's already been 3 trips that I've turned down, South by Southwest being a big one of them. And I really wanted to go. And I couldn't because I was like, wait, I can't do that because I have this commitment of 90 days. So when you commit to something for so long, you truly are moving your life around it. And there's been some work trips I've had to reschedule because I can't take the plunge with me and I don't want to do an ice bath inside of the bathtub and whatnot. So the feeling of doing something difficult and hard, having a starting point with other people, and then knowing you're the only one still continuing on, that makes you feel really good. And it's something that I wish more people could experience, the experience of if you just show up and if you just do it, let that compound interest accumulate over time and just kind of watch what happens. And, there's this interesting thought where I've been thinking, they say insanity is doing the same thing every day and expecting different results. However, when I read the biographies and when I look at these business owners or entrepreneurs, specifically in the tech field, what they say is you really are doing the same thing every single day with like minimal results. And then over time, that compounding of effort, that compounding of hard work, the compounding of consistency just eventually shoots up. And so in the tech world, we say, paper rich, dollar poor. And it's essentially meaning you're worth a lot of money on paper, but you're not liquid. You haven't got acquired. You haven't IPO'd. And so you're doing these things every single day, hoping that over time the results eventually kick in. So that's been a little bit of interesting of something I would say of a dichotomy to me when I think about insanity. So the number 1 was doing the hard thing every day. The number 2 is the consistency. Or number 2 was the post feeling. And number 3 has been the consistency. Just doing something difficult, knowing others won't be able to continue doing that. And that to me makes me feel good. Number 4. How do I word this? Sorry, it's my watch. It's going off. Number 4 to me in terms of benefits is I have noticed in my joints, inflammation has gone way down. And so I'm not a person who like walks around in pain or anything like that, by no means. However, I did notice in my right knee there was a sharper pain that would show up twice a week and whatnot. I haven't felt it at all since I started doing these. I'm going to contribute it to the cold plunge because as of right now, that's the only thing that's different. I'm not doing anything different with my diet or my food, though today I will start an actual new diet. The only thing different was actually the cold plunge, and inflammation has just like gone down. So far, my sleep is better, and I'm getting into a deeper sleep. So it's not perfect by no means, and there's a lot of things I can do to improve it. I will say though that my sleep, even though the duration isn't as long as I would like it to be, the amount of time I spend sleeping is actually a lot deeper. So I do wake up feeling rested for the most part. I would say in the last 30 days, there's maybe been 5 days where it's been like poor sleep, which is far better than what it was previously. So 30 days, I can't believe we're on day 30. It's been amazing so far. I'm leaving in all the videos so you can see how I feel every single day, all the emotions. Do I think people should be doing this? You don't need a cold plunge. Hop into a cold shower. I think it'll give you just as good of the effect. And if you want to go, that extra mile and get, some more depth in terms of the way it feels with the mentality of resilience for going into something that, was 40 degrees, 39 degrees, 38 degrees, there is a difference there. Do you need it for what I'm talking about? I don't think you do. I think that's for somebody like me and maybe somebody like you who's saying, okay, how close can I get to the edge and how long can I commit to being at that edge for my individual goal? That's what I wanted to do during this time. So I didn't want to do the cold shower. I didn't want to do the ice bath. I wanted to do a cold plunge sub 44 every single day, 3 minutes a pop. So that was for me. I don't think you have to do that though to get some of these benefits I'm talking about. There was something else that I was thinking about that I wanted to say. What was that? Cold plunge, ice bath, 90 days. Oh, pain. It is not pain. It is not pain. This is probably one of the biggest things I would love to communicate. And I'm gonna do my best to try to explain it. What I have realized in the last 30 days is what I called pain was not pain. It's just not. It is being extremely uncomfortable. It is being in a position that I'm not used to. It is not convenient. Let's put it that way. So it's not convenient. It's very uncomfortable. It's something I'm not used to. That does not make it pain. That makes it extremely uncomfortable. And so I was saying it's painful, it's painful, it's painful. And once I got to probably day 11 or 12, I started realizing this isn't pain. This isn't war-like pain. This isn't getting stabbed by a knife. This isn't a chokehold. This isn't getting kicked to your ribs, when you're training in MMA. This isn't even burning, whenever you do a kettlebell set or squats and, you're on set 10 or set 5, rep 10 through 12, and your knees are just burning and it feels like needles are in your thighs from the squats. This is not that. And that's not even pain. It's just extremely uncomfortable. And so for me, I've noticed that what I thought was pain was merely just a bad perspective. Being uncomfortable, being in a position that isn't convenient, being in a situation that you're not used to does not equate to pain. It just means it's uncomfortable. And in some cases, it's extremely uncomfortable. And in this case, with the cold plunge, it's extremely uncomfortable, and I experience that uncomfort every single day. So my definition has changed on the word pain. That has been extremely, extremely helpful because it's shaping a new point of reference from where it used to be in terms of, I don't like that, this feels this way, I'm uncomfortable, why am I going through pain? That's not pain. I'll kind of equate it to my daughter one time was telling me she was experiencing trauma. She's only 10 years old, or at the time she was. And it was because she had to clean up the backyard. And I said, honey, that's not trauma, that's chores, And so your point of reference can oftentimes affect the way you perceive things. So for me, I've realized, wow, even me as a grown man, as an adult who's done MMA, who's done tons of training, who's played football, ran track, done wrestling, basketball, just a lot of different sports, difficult things, broken bones, even I had a poor perception on the word pain. And that's probably been a very, very big epiphany in the previous 30 days, is realizing it's not pain, it's just uncomfort. And doing this every day just further defines my perspective on it's okay to be uncomfortable. And it's okay to be uncomfortable for extended periods of time. That's a part of the human experience. The part of the human experience is not just happiness, not just joy, not just pain, not just fear, not just comfort, not just uncomfort. It's all of it. And so, and every day you probably experience a version of each one of those things I mentioned, right? I'm not a fucking guru, so I can't sit here and talk about being stoic and how do you stay centered through all of it. That's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is I think we oftentimes try to stay away from the uncomfort. We oftentimes try to stay away from what we perceive to be painful, when really those are just parts of the process. That's just a part of the journey. And so to be human is to experience all of those things. I'll leave you with, if you want to watch the rest of the videos, enjoy, skip through. 30 days, would I do it again? Absolutely. Am I going to do it again? Yes, because I have days 31 through 60 coming up, on the way to day 90. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. There's probably been, I just mentioned about 5 or 6 things, but there's a rotating psychology throughout this time period of different things that I center on, or I focus on, that have come into my mindset and into my mind frame over the last 30 days because of this. And so what I'm getting from it, you may not. So even if you're doing cold showers, I promise you, if you can get through just 30 days, you're going to have epiphanies that affect you and that impact you in ways that I probably wouldn't have received. So yes, I believe they're extremely worth it. I think it's really, really good. Enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, it's officially day 1. I was going to start tomorrow, but I was like, screw it. Why not just start today? Let's see, we are sitting at, it's flickering because I have the garage door open. So it's set to 40 degrees, but this chiller is pretty good about getting underneath. So I got a meat probe, 39, 38, and at 37.4 degrees. So that's pretty cold. Let me see if I can get this set up. Here we are. Let me just make sure it's all good. Yeah, let's come down a little bit. Okay, so essentially I'm tracking everything in the Volani app. I don't know if you can see the cold plunge on the first thing there. I don't know if it's zooming in for you guys or not. So I've got, oh, that was kettlebell workout. So cold plunge here, the bottom. I got that set up there. And then I actually put it in my to-dos. So if I go into my to-dos today, I have day 1, cold plunge. So yeah, I'm gonna knock that out. Here's the goal, 3 minutes a pop, 90 days in a row. 3 minutes here. And the 30 seconds just gives me time to like wind down. I'll put out another video on like why I'm doing this, what the whole intent is, why I chose 90 days, 3 minutes, why 44 degrees and under. But that's not this time. This time I'm just gonna hop in and kind of get this session over with. There's nothing fun about it. I'm just gonna be honest. It sucks. And it sucks every single time. So here we go. 3 minutes. And in fact, yeah, okay. Put this out here. Plunge. 30. 15 seconds. And now it's just cold. Whew. All right. So you're not here. I feel like Tom Hanks. And you're Mr. Wilson. And I'm missing my companion, my friend. But it's just cold. It's painful, yes. But it's cold. And it doesn't go away. And that's okay. The point isn't to rush to comfort. It's not to seek comfort, it's to know that without it, you're just fine. And I'm fine. And I'm fine. And I'm fine. Yeah, day one. It's not day one I'm worried about, to be honest with you. Everybody can do something for day one. Fuck, you can do it for day 2 and 3. It's day 27, day 31, day 49. Now it's not so bad. My forearms hurt. My forearms fucking hurt. It's alright though. The man in me who I didn't want to get in got in. And he's drowning. And the man in me who told me that we were going to do this no matter what is in. And he's the one leading the way. There we go. Day 1 of 90, down. Let me turn this off. So that's day 1 of 90. Look, you can see how red I am. When it's freaking cold, your body turns red. The reason why I have that timer and I do my watch timers because sometimes one might mess up, the other one might not. So it's good to have 2 freaking timers. That way, if one messes up, you have the other one. The funny thing is, as soon as I got in, my watch timer went off. You can see how red I am. It takes about, at least today, that took about 2 minutes until I got calm. It was very painful in the forearms, in the shins, but it's okay. It's part of the process. Again, I'm gonna put a video out later on why I'm doing this challenge, why I chose to do it. But the good news is, day 1 is done. And so there we go, baby. Marked it off, got it off my to-dos. And yeah, this is pretty much what they're gonna be, is me doing this every single day, 90 days in a row. I'm not gonna edit or cut anything, so what you see is what you get. For the cold plunge challenge, you can see it's 55 degrees in here. That's in the garage. Now I have the temp check. Let's see. And we are sitting at 41 degrees. Not bad. It's kind of early. Let me get this set up. So, yeah, make sure it's got the shot. Again, Nothing fancy here. It's just day 2 of the cold plunge challenge. Let's see. Set the timer. 30 till got it in my Valani app. Day 2. Here we go.
Timer started.
It never gets easier. Getting in feels the same. I sleep and it's cold in my house. But it's not 41 degrees. So, your hands and your feet get cold. And your body and your brain wants you to get out, but it's just pain. It's just pain. It's just cold pain. We're fine. You can do anything for 3 minutes, right? There you go. Day 2. So I start my day. I do a few push-ups just to warm my body up. I don't like to get in straight when I get up. I like to get the blood flowing just a little bit. I take my vitamins first thing in the morning, so I do like my creatine, vitamin D, calcium, stuff like that, collagen. And I come in here, I do some push-ups, a few warm-ups, just to get the blood flowing. And then I'm in. I am in. There we go. Now I can say the body's used to it. The brain's not freaking out. So I can't see the timer from here, but however long that is, that's how long it takes for me to just truly settle in between my brain and my body. Got that one in there. Okay, so red doesn't change. When it's really cold, I'm telling you, you're red. It doesn't matter. You get red when it's that cold. Now, I can go to my freaking to-dos. And in cold plunge, I get to mark off day 2. And the way I'm tracking them is I'm doing them by week, so it's a 90-day challenge, but each day I track it between sessions 1 through 7 for that week. So however many total sessions that is, I don't know. Anywho, that's the video for today. By the way, there's nothing fancy about this. This whole series is about the middle of everything. It's That's why there's no cuts. That's why I'm not editing. It's raw. The only thing I have here is a good light so you can actually see everything because it's actually dark in my garage. But this is what it looks like when you're actually trying to do something. You know, I'm in the middle of this challenge and there's nothing fun about it. It's just me in the silence in the cold plunge. And a lot of times we see the beginning and we see the end of something, but we don't see the middle. And the middle is where all the hard work's done. And so today's day 2, so I have 88 days of more of this hard work before this challenge is done. So we are officially on day 3 of the cold plunge challenge. Day 3 of 90. So let's do a temp check. Alrighty. 6:52 a.m. Here we go. Let's get some light. So sitting right around 43, 42, 43. As long as we're under 44, we are good. And let me see, I'm gonna make sure this has the right angle. You can talk if you want, honey. My daughter's in the video. I don't know if she wants to come around and say hi, but she can if she wants to. I didn't sleep good at all last night. That was actually my fault because I woke up around 11 p.m. super hungry, and I turned into a raccoon. And I went and raided my pantry. And that did not do good for my sleep. Let's go. 22 seconds. All right. Try to get my hands and feet cold. I like to get some fresh air and go outside early in the morning. But it's never as cold as the plunge. It bites every single time, no matter how cold your hands and feet are.
Dad,
Yeah, honey.
what if you make your stuff really, really, really hot and then go to the cold plunge?
I've thought about it. I've actually done that one time after I did the sauna. I took a quick warm shower, then I hopped in. And it was actually better for the first 15, 20 seconds. And then it just got freezing cold. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's no way around it, you know what I mean? It feels the way it feels every time, no matter what. And who knows, maybe that'll change because I'm only day 3 in, maybe that'll change. But as of now, it seems like no matter what, my feet and fingers get the worst of it every time. My forearms. Friday morning, right before 7 a.m. If you listen, you can hear the birds. right before 7 a.m. It was freezing. Bread, as always, day 3. Lesson learned. I am not going to eat at 11 p.m. because that, it wasn't worth it. Being hungry late at night and then just going to the pantry, scavenging everything. Oh, my sweater got wet. Will you go grab me a shirt off the dryer? Sweetheart? Please, thank you. Gotta get the babies to school. We had school here in a bit. Anyways, the lesson learned was when you don't sleep good and then you're constantly sitting there thinking about, oh my gosh, I've got to wake up and I've got to do this like first thing in the morning when I wake up. It's not worth it. I'm usually actually done eating by like 6 p.m., which is probably why I was so hungry around 6 or 11 p.m. But nonetheless, the point is, don't do it. Don't eat late at night unless you like absolutely have to. Let's see, going to my Melania. Here we go. Day 3.
There's no shirt in the dryer.
That's fine. That's perfect. Off my to-dos. Yeah, all right. Day 3 knocked out. I'm tracking everything in the Volani app. This is day 3 of 90. If you're here for the journey, there's nothing fancy. It's just me doing the boring work, the middle work. No sexy start, no sexy finish, just the unglamorous middle. We're on day 4 of the cold plunge challenge. So I have it right here, my Volani app, schedule, 8:30. It's 48 degrees in the garage. It's got the meat probe. Let's check temp. It's sitting higher than what I want. 44. Oh, there we go, 43. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably a little bit closer to 42. There we are. Hit that 42, barely. 42.8, 43. Either way it goes, it's still code. All right, let's see here. Shot done. All right. You know the drill. 3 minutes. 30 seconds. Myself.
Timer started.
Come on, you bitch. Get it done. You don't want to do it today, did you? Yeah, but you had to. I woke up not wanting to do it today. I went to bed a little bit later. Woke up a little bit later than usual, a little after 7, and my body was like, nah, not today. We have to. The choice to do it was made before the feeling of today arose or arrived. Done no matter what. I don't know what it is, but today I really did not want to do it. Legit. It wasn't even like, maybe this. It was, I legit did not want to do it. And it's weird how the mind works like that, where sometimes you're all in and you're ready to go and you want to get after it, and other times you're just completely against it for no fucking reason. You're just like, no, not today. And that's the part of me I'm doing this for. To be disciplined, regardless of emotions, feelings. And to you guys, it looks like I'm just sitting in a bath, but it's freezing cold in here. Not bad. Whew. And just like that, day 4 completed. Mark that down. I noticed on the camera yesterday when I uploaded the video, it looks like I have makeup on. My body gets so red from being in here, and then my face isn't touched, and then I have this light right here. It looks like I'm wearing makeup. It's actually kind of funny. So bam. Let me hop into my to-dos. Right here. Volani. Cold plunge. Day 4. Done. I did not want to do today. I'm gonna be honest. I did not want to do today. There was nothing fun about that one at all. I woke up later than usual. I went to bed later than usual. And I didn't have any motivation at all. I kind of lollygagged. I took my vitamins, my creatine and stuff. And here's my, one's wet. I took my vitamins, my creatine, and I was fiddling around. I had to throw on some music just to get me in the zone a little bit. And at the end of the day, I just told myself, right, I've got 15 minutes to go and knock it out. So I came and knocked it out. That was day 4. And that's it. All right, we're officially on day 5. Do a temp check. Creep down, come on. See, so it's sitting 43, 42. All right, so I have the actual thing set to, also have my headphones in, but they're not plugged to this phone, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me see if it let's get this shot. It does. Okay, so we're cold plunge, day 5. All right, let's knock this bad boy out. garage open, I can hear the birds, which is nice. Makes me feel like you're not alone. That's the thing is, you get on the path and then you get off. You get on the path and you get off. Once you're on the path, you just gotta stay on the path. At all costs, stay on the right path, stay on the good path. Just stay on your purposeful path. I'm talking from experience of getting on and getting off. Just come on. This is day 5 of the cold plunge challenge. I don't have any thoughts other than it hasn't necessarily got easier. It's just it just kind of like is something that I'm doing in the morning, and I actually, when I wake up, I know it's within the first 30 minutes. And it's within the first 30 minutes because I want to knock it out. I can't always do that, but for the most part, I try to. And I guess if I could share any thoughts, it's this interesting thing of knowing that it's not getting easier, but I still have to do it, and I'm on day 5, which means I have 85 days left to go, which I'm gonna accomplish, I know I will. But it is that piece of the brain that I'm actually trying to work through, the resilience of knowing, hey, you're not necessarily looking for more comfort. It's not necessarily going to come in the form of being extremely comfortable. It's uncomfortable, and your job is to do it every single day no matter what. And so it's actually funny because once you get past the first 1, 2, or 3 days, then I would say that discipline sets in of continuality. You've got to keep going even though you don't want to. And so a part of me definitely wants to, more of me wants to than more of me doesn't want to, but there is that piece of me that doesn't want to. And so what's funny is that's the actual piece I'm trying to build resilience around, is to that. So nonetheless, today was day 5. I gotta go mark it off my to-do list. You guys enjoy your Saturday. Okay, we're officially on day 6 of the cold plunge challenge. 44, maybe some light. 43. Okay, looks like we're sitting right at 43 degrees. Not bad. Let me make sure shot is good. I actually have this thing where I can track you, like you guys can track me, or the camera will essentially like track me. So if I hold my hand up, the camera will actually track me. It's kind of cool. But Let me show you. So day 6, cold plunge. In my Volani, of course it's 7:30, it's not 6:20 a.m. But nonetheless, I got it on schedule. The whole spring forward thing, I love spring forward. I'd prefer that to be year round. But it is what it is. The other thing is, I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole tracking thing. So this whole tracking thing, the camera will like follow me and move on its own and like zoom in and all that stuff. But the issue is, I want you guys to be able to see the countdown clock, so you know that I'm in here as long as I say I'm in here. And I guess you'll be able to see that with the duration of the video. Also, but that's why I'm gonna do the tracking thing right now. Day 6, whew. It's just cold. That's all it is. It doesn't change. It's the same fucking thing. My feet, my fingers, my forearms. I'm not gonna think about that. Just like that. The thing about last night is it is spring forward, or last night, the night before last night was spring forward. So last night was the day past, but I slept so good last night. So I woke up this morning from great sleep, just I slept very, very, very good. It's the type of morning where you wake up and you're like, I really do want to stay in bed a little bit longer. It was just a great night's sleep. But I was up within 15 minutes or so, took my vitamins, warmed my shoulders up, did some push-ups, and came in and knocking us out for the day. Wanted to stay in a little bit longer. It takes me, so from like where you guys are at, you can see the clock. When I'm in here, I can't actually see the clock. And I can get my breathing down pretty quickly, but it's still, I can tell by the time my full body is like okay, we're fully in this. We're good. Like, we got to deal with it, kind of get used to it, I guess, or deal with the cold. It really, it feels like, based off the amount of time that I'm in there, it feels like my body, it takes about 2 minutes is what it seems like. Now, I don't know if it will like always be that way. But as I can, as I'm sitting here today, I feel like for me to get to that true meditative, just I'm in the flow state, in the cold plunge, it seems like that's always about 2 minutes in or so. So I will not stand there longer every day, but today I wanted to sit just a little bit longer in that meditative state where I'm not freaking out about the cold. My hands and feet, for the most part, have kind of gotten numb to the fact that it's super cold. And so for me, it seems to take almost like 2 minutes and whatnot. But that was day 6, and here we are. I'm gonna knock it off my to-do. So tomorrow will mark a full 7 days, and I'm gonna try sometime today to make a video. I've been meaning to do it. I said I was gonna do it a couple of days ago, but I wanna make the video on my initial thoughts, the first video on my initial thoughts on what I wanted to get out of this, what I think or hope the outcome will be post 90 days of doing this daily. But I want to give you also the first few days kind of update as well. So I want to do it before I get further in. That way I can keep the fresh perspective of starting it and only being a few days in. Anywho, that was day 6. We are officially on day 11 of the 90-day cold plunge challenge. Yeah, this meat probe is shot for sure. And just to show you, if you actually look at the actual plunge, I know it's flickering for you guys, but 40 degrees. So it's very, very cold. I think that means I need to get me a new plunge or a new meat probe. Make sure this is all set up. I'm bumping the fray in the ears right now. And some other stuff. See here. So Saturday, March 14th. You can see right here. Cold plunge. Day 11 of day 90. There's nothing to it but to do it. So, this song is Line of Sight by Odessa. It's a good one. I enjoy it. This was a music morning, even though the birds are chirping. It's nice to have the garage open, as you've already seen. You see. So we are officially on day 11. And now, I don't know if you guys can see it or not if it's zoomed in. But that's officially 11 days into the cold plunge challenge. Any findings? Yeah, actually my feet are for the most part used to it, so they don't freak out. My hands and forearms definitely still freak out. It's still a mental brain resilience thing. I definitely got to get a new Meat Pro because that one's way off in terms of temp and stuff like that. It's just not even accurate. It's losing degrees every day, it seems like. And I know, like this morning, I know for a fact I got in there at 40 degrees because that temp is right on every time. So anyways, been a good day, or it's been a good morning. It's Saturday, day 11 of 90. Now we officially have 79 days left. So we're in the 70s, so here we go. We are officially on day 10 of the cold plunge challenge. There we go. And we're going to do our temp check. Come on. I know you're colder than that. Not good. I don't want it at 45, I want it under. See, the actual chiller temp is reading 41. So I think this meat probe is off. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me see. See, it's flickering, but you can see it's 42. Either way it goes, it's still going to be super cold. Let me get this. There we go, that's a little bit better. I could do that, but let's try this time. Let's try 1.3. See what that looks like. Okay. You guys know, you get into it to do it. Perfect. And I sink. That's the trick. If there is one. You submerge your body fully before your brain can register you're in. Once you're in, it doesn't matter. Still feels cold. It still is what it is. But you're already in. There's a lot of bubbles today. Once you're in, you're in. No point in getting out until you're done. Day 10. So like on my watch, if I lift up my wrist, I can see a timer. I never look at it when I'm in here. There's no point. You gotta be in here the whole time anyways. Just like that. Time. Just all right, here we go. That was day 10, right around 7:30 a.m. I will say day 10, it feels like my feet aren't as shocked as they once were. It's definitely not my feet, hands or forearms. Still feels like somebody's stabbing icicles into your hands, your fingers, and your wrist. Nonetheless, it's still way more of a brain challenge, but that is day 10 of 90. Tomorrow we will be out of 80 plus days to go. Let's see, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we'll be in the 70s, so that'll be pretty nice. I can officially mark it off. My to-dos, so cold plunge, day 10, and we are done. Day 10. We are officially on day 9 of the cold plunge challenge. You can see here, got day 9, March 12th, cold plunge. Now we're going to do our daily temp check. Let's see here, it's gonna take a little bit to get down. See, that's a 44. It's creeping down. Looks like it's right at 42. The further down you go, it probably gets a little bit colder. I don't want to put this meat probe all the way in there because it's not really waterproof, but there we go. Again, so I have this whole tracking thing, but one of these days I'll use it, and then you guys can tell me if you enjoy it or not. It's not that bad today. It's the hands really. Ears are fine. No music today. Just wanted to sit with my own thoughts. The post feeling of the cold plunge lasts for a few hours. In the grand scheme of things, 3 minutes are nothing. See, my body right now still isn't used to it. It still takes me about 2 minutes, it feels like. I would like it to get down to 30 seconds. So my body's still at this moment in time, like literally right now. I don't know what time it is because I can't see the clock, but it's still getting used to being in here. That. Day 9 is done. And in the bag, Cloak Punch course red, as always. Tomorrow's officially day 10, which will mark being 10 days post, 10% of the way. The cold plunge, I think. Anywho, today was pretty good. I didn't want any music today or any one in my ear. It's nice to just kind of sometimes sit in there with your thoughts or your thinking. That's an important thing too, is like, can you sit with yourself in silence? Can you sit with yourself when you're uncomfortable? That's just as good as having anything in your headphones. Day 9 done. We're on day 8 of day 90. Let's do a temp check. Sitting around 42. Not bad. This is good. So today is Wednesday, March 11th. So I have the cold plunge scheduled for 6:20, 7:50. This whole spring forward thing. Unless I'm gonna do it. Listen to David Garden's in my ears right now. can hear it go off. I'm listening to David Goggins today. It's him and Chris Williamson. Somebody put one of the snippets together. And essentially he's just talking about how confidence and belief, specifically belief, you're not born with it, it's built, and it's not built through your daily affirmations. It's not built through, also, really quick on my task, I get to mark off day 8. So we're officially over doing the cold plunge for over a week. All week, the water ranged between 42. The beginning it was at 40, so I'm gonna set the temp a little bit lower to get it all the way down to 39. But also, I'll set it to 39, so hopefully it pulls the degrees down a little bit. Anyways, it was about belief and how belief is built, and it's not built necessarily through these affirmations, though those things are good. It's built through this type of stuff, which is what are the hard things, what are the difficult things, and how many times can you get through those difficult things over and over. And it's not just this, it could be your workout, it could be, a marathon, running X amount of miles, eating a certain way. But the point being that he's making in the video is belief comes through doing hard things, things that make you better that you don't want to do, and then continually doing them. So that is not my words, those are the words of David Goggins. And so I was listening to him, and when the alarm went up, I didn't want to get out because it was actually getting really, really, really good. He's both funny and inspiring and motivational, but nonetheless, day 8, we've accomplished, we're done. And there we go, signing off. All right, today is day 7. Let's do a temp check. Sitting closer to 45. Let me see. There we go. 44. I'm gonna have to lower the temp and the chiller for sure to get it lower, because that's cutting it close for where I want to be. Per usual. Then make sure all is good. It's a little lopsided, but oh well. All right, here we go. You can see here, cold plunge, day 7, officially the weekend. Here we are. Some mornings I like to put headphones in. I didn't because today I woke up a little bit later, around 8. Great night's sleep. And around this time I open the garage and I can hear all the birds. And it's peaceful when you hear the birds. Just life moving, life living. Puts things in perspective. Officially on day 7. So today concludes a full week of doing the cold plunge. And as of now, it is definitely a mental game. There's definitely, once you're in, you're in. Of course, you could always jump out, but usually when you're in, you're in. And it is all here. You feel the pain on your feet, you feel the pain on your hands and your wrists, your forearms, never in the midsection. The midsection, actually, I never feel it. And it comes from all this good fat here. Speaking of, mark that off, day 7. When you actually, in Volani, when you mark off the last to-do checklist item inside of a to-do, the whole to-do list clear, so I can't show you because it's disappeared now, which is a good thing. But anyways, I don't remember what I was saying, but something around the lines of, it's a brain thing. Like, you have to just tell yourself, I'm sitting through this, and so your brain is constantly processing, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable with pain. And so I can tell you on day 7, what has gotten easier is just the idea of getting in, but from getting in to getting out, everything has been the same. It's just your brain saying, why are we doing this? Your body's still hurting. And so from that standpoint, it's more of the resilience. Day 7, and there should be a video coming out today or tomorrow about the first week also. All right. It is officially Sunday, March 15th. Cold plunge, day 12. All right. Temp check. I'm getting a new meat probe. So it's showing 44, and that's pretty accurate. So it's Sunday. Last night I was messing with the plunge and forgot to turn it back on. See if I can get this to straighten up. There we go. Not perfectly straight, but it'll do. It's Sunday, which means it's church. And I have Jocko playing today because that's what I want to hear. It's his good message, which I'm a huge fan of.
One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on, and he'd say, "Boss, we got this and that and the other thing," and I'd look at him and I'd say, "Good." And finally one day he was telling me about some issue, he was having some problem, and he said, "I already know what you're gonna say." I said, "Well, what am I gonna say?" He said, "You're gonna say good." He said, "That's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good." And I said, "Well, yeah, when things are going bad, there's gonna be some good that's gonna come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack. One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on, and he'd say, "Boss, we got this and that and the other thing," and I'd look at him and I'd say, "Good." And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem, and he said, "I already know what you're gonna say." And I said, "Well, what am I gonna say?" He said, "You're gonna say good." He said, "That's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good." And I said, "Well, yeah, when things are going bad, there's gonna be some good that's gonna come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get startled, don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing,
Day 12,
you still got some fight left in you.
Sunday
So get up,
sanctuary.
dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage,
Re-engage.
and go out on the attack.
Sunday morning. I'm a huge fan of Jocko. Huge fan. That's how I like to start off my Sunday mornings. Now we can go in here, cold plunge. I don't know if you can see it or not. Day 12. Done. But it's Sunday morning. Good. It's cold outside. Good. I slept good and my bed is warm. Good. Get up. Get after it. Go get you some. Go on the attack. See, now my family's gonna be annoyed with me because I'm gonna be doing this all morning. I'm about to go wake everybody up. Good. I want to sleep in. Good. It's my day to rest. Good. 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 You guys, we're on day 12 of 90. Go have you a great Sunday or a great whatever day you're watching this on. And when any problem comes your way, just remember what Jocko says. Good. Good. Yeah, I might turn that into a Sunday ritual. Every Sunday. Okay, so we are officially on day 13. Check it out, guys, in my Bologna app, cold plunge day 13. Here we are. Good deal. Temp sitting right at 40 degrees. Set to 39. Per usual. Let's see, that should be good. No music today. I would love some. And definitely could use some.
Timer started.
I get it slow so the water doesn't spill over. I should have had the garage open so I could hear the birds. It's just me on my mind today. And my mind wanted to get in here off of motivation, not discipline. That doesn't last. Fuck. Day 13. It's just the mind. This is what I mean. Not every day you get in, it's your brain. I mean, my body still feels it. It's a shock. Your battle is just with how your brain perceives it. And I will say, the water is a tad bit colder. If you all know the difference between 44, 43, and 39 and 40, it's the difference between 72 and 68. You know, 68 in a house feels way cooler than 72 does. But it's just a feeling, that's all it is. It's just an uncomfortable feeling, that's all it is. My fingers feel it today. So I'm gonna have to listen to you scream so long. Whew. That one was brutal. 3 minutes went by faster than what I figured it would have. But I will say that water was closer to 39, and that really does. 39, 40 is definitely closer than 40, or colder than 44. And it's not like you'll hear some say, oh, it's kind of the same. It's not. You put your house temperature on at 78 or 72 degrees, it's way colder than your house temperature being at 68. 68 just feels cooler. Also, my wife was asking me why do I put a shirt on right after. It's because after you get out of the cold plunge, even though I'm still wet, it feels good putting something on. It feels good putting something on. Yesterday was Sunday and I had Jocko Good on. And I definitely could have used that today because the thing with here's another, I don't know if I call it an issue, but it's something I've noticed. Whenever I come in here in the mornings, like I do a little bit of warming up first. I'll do some push-ups and stuff. And if I'm just completely not into it, I will put on some rock music or something like that. And then, of course, right before I get ready to film, I'll turn it off. And so if I get into that zone where I'm listening to the rock music or I'm listening to something just really juicy in my ear, and then I have to cut it off, it's this weird thing where my brain's like, wait, why are you turning that off? Like, we need that, let's use that. And then I shut it off, and then it's like, you just gotta get in with nothing. And so if I'm gonna be listening to something in my earbuds, but I forgot my earbuds, so if I'm gonna be listening to something in my earbuds, I like to listen to it through like the whole way through. And if not, I just like to start the whole morning off with nothing, because I really do think like your brain gets set to like, okay, we got music, we got great music all the way through, we've got this great motivational speech all the way through, or it's nothing from the get-go with you, the birds, and I do think that makes a difference. Nonetheless, day 13, let me mark that bad boy off. Day 13. Of course, in the one and only Volani app. Day 13 of 90 is officially done. So you guys have an awesome day. Okay, officially day 14, sitting at 41 degrees. Color's looking good. I have that filter in there now, so it keeps it really, really polished. It looks like brand new every day. Let me see. Alrighty. I think that's good. stayed in a little later because I hopped in a little bit after the timer started. Officially day 14. I have Jocko in my ears. It was good to hear him. I didn't say much this morning. Today, it is discipline equals freedom. Just true. We are. Day 14. Checked off. And the one and only Lonnie app. 2 weeks is the official day today. Been officially doing this for 2 weeks. I don't think I'm gonna do a 2-week review. I might just do it here since I'm just talking about it. Yeah, so the body feels it the same way. That doesn't go away. And I'm probably gonna say that over and over. But 14 days in, yeah, the body feels the same. I could say my feet probably feel like they've gotten used to it more, but my fingers and my forearms, those still feel the way they feel. And the only thing that is different is the way your brain perceives it. So I don't even call it pain no more. I actually don't think it's fair to call that pain because it's just extreme cold. And it is extremely uncomfortable. It is not pleasant. There's nothing comfortable about it, but I wouldn't necessarily call it pain. And so the resilience is really in the brain. It's the way you perceive it. That's probably been the biggest thing. So whether I wake up in the mood, enthusiastic, not in the mood to do it, whether I'm doing it at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., I think one Sunday I did it around 8 a.m., just knocking it off the first part of the day, you still think about it the same way. Excuse me. It's not necessarily a dread of, oh, this is the worst thing ever. It is more so, I've got to get into that cold body of water. And I don't always want to do that, but there's something about doing it every day, no matter what, that is game changing. And so I can definitely say, without a doubt, 14 days in, your body perceives, or your body feels the exact same way every time you get in. There is no, oh, eventually you get used to it, kind of like a workout. You do get used to a certain type of workout, then you got to change it up, or you get used to a specific type of strength. So you've got to go up and weight. That's not what this is. 40 degrees is always 40 degrees to the body. And it is just the way your brain is processing it. I don't know if that's just me or if that's everyone. Some other people might have some different ideas or different thoughts who've done it consistently, but I will also say it really does take me about 2 minutes to fully just relax. And so that's why if you look at some of my other videos, sometimes I do stay in there a little bit longer because I don't want the whole time I'm in the plunge, me being this fight with my mind and my brain. Or just saying, relax, you got to sit through it. It's the same thing as yesterday, you're going to be fine. I like to get to that meditative state, and that's almost 2 minutes in for the most part. And so that's why sometimes I'm staying a little bit longer, so I can get that extra 10, 20, 30 seconds of my body not freaking out and my mind just kind of going with the flow. So anyways, it's been great. It's been good. I'm going to continue to do this. This is day 14 of 90. So we're officially 2 weeks into this cold plunge challenge. We're officially on day 15. The plunge is reading 39 degrees. I don't know if you can see it. It flickers when I film in 60K or 60 frames per second. No big deal. I just kind of want to get to it today. Day 15, cold plunge. Not to chew it, but to do it. Sitting at 39 degrees. It's cold. If you don't really know me, don't you? I'm a firm believer in doing whatever it takes to get it done in the morning. You need to listen to a podcast, you need to find your rock music, your yoga music, meditative, anything. Whatever it takes to get it done. This is day 15 of 90. I can't see the timer from here. So I never know how much time I have left until the clock actually goes off. Minutes, done. One day at a time, one day at a time. And that's how you knock out a 3-minute plus cold plunge. 15. Run. Whew. Day 15. Look how red I am. It never fails with how red I get. I will say, I've had some friends jump in and they don't get as red. Well, actually, it's only one friend I had jump in that didn't get red. Everybody else has gotten super red. Nonetheless, we're post 2 weeks. Whew, my body is numb. I had some really good rock music going on today, Windbreakers. Dayseeker, I'm sorry. It was Dayseeker. Anywho, day 15, done. Guys, get after it every day. It's about moving the needle 1%. And that's what we did today. 1% closer to our goal. We are officially on day 15 of the cold plunge challenge. Tip. Sitting at 39 degrees. The water looks good. Day 15, cold plunge. Water looks good. You guys can probably hear a lot of birds. I have the garage open, so you can hear a lot of Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. A little better. Not perfect, but it's enough for you guys to see what's going on. Alright. No headphones today. Didn't need them. Well, shouldn't say that. Just it's good to get in here without them. Let's go. Day 15. Day 15. Just like that. Day 15 is in the books. So, you guys can probably hear traffic also and the birds. It's closer to 8 a.m. I woke up around 8 today. Or it's 8:30. And so the birds are usually out singing around this time. So I like to hear them. I don't always do headphones. I'll tell you what though, what I love is getting in here and it's cold, and knowing when you get in, you're kind of like freaking out. Maybe that, again, that doesn't change, but it's nice. And you kind of just give yourself I'm learning, like once I get in, don't fight it, just give myself to it. Just give yourself like to the plunge. And that makes a massive difference. Oh, that's right. No task for the cold plunge. I have tasks, but I've already cleared off my actual cold plunge. So I need to go in, I need to add days 15 through, I guess that'll be 15 through 24. Yeah, something like that. The next eight days. But to finish my thought, when you're in here and just knowing each second that you're in, that you maintain control over freaking out, you maintain control over, again, I won't call it pain, though your brain might perceive it as pain. It's just extreme uncomfort, very intense, very extreme uncomfort. The longer you go, each second, the closer you are to that 3-minute mark than you are to the 1-minute mark. And that gives me a rush. Just knowing every single day I start at that 1 second mark, having to go all the way to 3 minutes, and as you're in there second by second by second, 1% by 1%, and you eventually tip the scale and you're closer to finishing than you were to starting. And for me, that's been a massive game changer. I really, really love that daily mental resilience in something very difficult. And that's what's interesting about this. It's not a marathon, it's not, cycling, it's not running 100 miles, nor do you necessarily need to do that to build this type of resilience. 3 minutes every day, sub 40 water. I would even say sub 44, sub 50 water is even freaking cold. The further down you go, yeah, it definitely gets harder, but I'm not gonna pretend that 50 degrees isn't cold water to be in. It is very difficult. So if you're doing this at 39 degrees, 41 degrees, 44 degrees, 50 degrees, kudos to you. It's not an easy thing to do. And if you're doing it daily, continue that. It's really, really, it's a positive thing for the brain. And so again, I wanted some really good sleep. I woke up a little bit later today. It was good. I was able to get a full 8 hours, and I started the day. So got this done within 30 minutes of my day, 35 minutes. But being able to start at a set time and being further from the finish point, and just being there through that tipping point of, oh, now you're closer to the finish than you were to the beginning. It's just a rush for me. So day 15, day 16 tomorrow. You guys have a great day. We are officially day 16, cold plunge. Sitting at, 41 degrees, cold plunge, day 16, Friday, March 20th. Lighting. Make sure we're set up here. Oh, that's perfect. I take that. My watch is going to be about 3 seconds behind. Oh well. Let's see. 16 of 90. It's Friday, March 20th. Ooh, Hail Mary is out with Ryan Gosling. I'm gonna go watch that at some point today for sure. I'm a huge Ryan Gosling fan. And I also love space movies. So that'll be fun. Day 16. On the way to day 90. Got in here. We got after it. Got it done. Let's see. Got it back in my to-dos for this upcoming challenge, or for the next 7. Bam. Day 16 completed. I've been sitting a lot with that tipping point. That's what I was talking to you guys about yesterday. I'm really fascinated with the idea of there being 3 stages to every thing you're going towards or trying to achieve. Stage 1 being the start. Can you get yourself to the starting line? Can you get yourself just to start? Phase 2, what is that tipping point? Can you get to that tipping point? That's the next battle. And after you get to the tipping point, can you finish? And it really is most times just you against you, because so many different individuals will find reasons as to why, one, they can't start, or they start off hot, they can't reach the tipping point. They get to the tipping point, they can't finish through the line. And so that's the whole premise behind why I'm doing this for 90 days, is so you can see me do the exact same thing every day for 90 days consistently. And there's no miracle pill. There's no motivation to get you through. While I might have like motivation in my earbuds and my headphones, doing the actual cold plunge every single day within 30 to 45 minutes of waking up, that is the work. That is the thing that is going to make the difference in the results and the outcome post 90 days. There's no pill for this. And so I'm so fascinated with this idea of the 3 phases: the start, the tipping point, and finishing through. And I would almost bet and even argue that somewhere along the line, someone is giving up somewhere in those phases. And if I had to guess why, I don't know. I'm not like a life fucking coach. I don't know. Like, I don't train people, but what I can tell you from my experience is the cold plunge feels the same. My mind's just different. And so I think sometimes we do these things, and again, I'm 16 days in. I've got a long way to go to get to 90. So hopefully I'm not speaking way too soon. I don't believe I am. But we're expecting something in return so quickly, and that's just not how it works. And so doing this for 90 days, then I can give you a full review on what the total process looks like. But I will say, no matter what you're doing, what you're going after, what you're achieving, it is this middle experience. It is the thing between the start and the finish that really makes the difference. And the majority of the time, it's just the same thing over and over, and you getting better at that same thing. And so the cold plunge is a great example. I'm sure you saw me, my face still freaks out. 16 days in, my face still freaks out. My breathing is still chaotic. I still have to get it under control because my body feels it the exact same way. So nothing fancy, but I am fascinated with this idea of the tipping point and the middle. And I think if you can fall in love with the middle of the journey, not the highlights, not the beginning, not the finish, just fall in love with the middle, I think you have a way better chance at succeeding or accomplishing whatever goal that thing is that you're setting up for yourself. So we're on day 16 out of day 90, and here we go. Have a great Friday. We are officially on day 17. 30 degrees. Cold plunge, day 17. Water looks clean. Righty. just getting after it today. Straight down to business. Actually, always hard to fiddle around with those little buttons on the remote when I get out because my hands and fingers don't want to move like that. It's like almost little nerves and electricity going off, keeping me from being able to have full motion. So even drying off is always like kind of funny because it's a little difficult. I can't really just move my fingers. So it takes a lot of effort. Nonetheless, it's Saturday. In the headphones is Odessa, Line of Sight, one of my favorites from them, really good song. We're officially past day 17. So I don't know what percentage of the way. Regardless, we still have a long fucking way to go to hit 90. But here's what I am gonna do. Pull it up in my Volani. And cold plunge, day 17. Done. You guys have a great day. officially on day 18. Plunge sitting at 41 degrees. Cold plunge, Sunday 22nd, day 18. All right, let's get this set up. Oops. Did I miss something? It's Sunday, which means it's Jocko Willink Sanctuary, 10 a.m. I slept good last night, very good. I like that. That'll work. Sunday Sanctuary. Jocko coming in hot.
Pretty awesome. We lie to ourselves. We don't tell ourselves the way things really are. And when we do that, then we can't fix our problems. If we can't fix our problems, we're not going to improve. So we have to be truthful to ourselves. You have to stop rationalizing, stop making excuses, stop giving yourself little watered down assessments of where you're really at. Tell yourself the truth so that you can
It's gonna be Sunday,
go and
day 18.
be who you should be when you do what you know you should do, when you pay attention to the little things, when you implement discipline. True and unflinching and unmitigated discipline in your life. When you stop trying to find a sweatless solution. When you look for weaknesses to work on. And all that starts when you stop lying to yourself. That's when you can become who you know you should be. Tell yourself the truth about where you are so you can make sure you are in the right place. And if you're not in the right place, then you can get yourself on the path to get there. The path of discipline, the path of hard work, and the path of truth. The skill itself is being able to detach during the event. The hard part is to notice. You gotta look for those signs. You gotta look for that moment when you start feeling emotional, or you know that it's gonna be something emotional. You gotta step back from those and get yourself in the habit of asking yourself, what do I look like right now? What do I sound like right now? Listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth and see if you're being a reasonable human or not. Look for the emotional quicksand and don't step into the emotion of the anger, the frustration. When you start feeling the sweat beating up, when you start feeling hot, that should be a big red flag. There it is. That's the quicksand of emotion. And you don't want to step into it or pull yourself back. The path. The war path. A path of war. Moving toward a battle. A fight towards a war. The actual war against our nation's enemies, or the war against my own weaknesses. Preparing and sharpening my sword and honing my skills and maintaining the unmitigated daily discipline in all things. Where does it lead? It can lead to war. That's fine. In fact, I am waiting. And I am
Day 18, Sunday.
because the warpath is a war against weakness, and so it leads to strength. It's a war against ignorance, and so it leads to knowledge. It's a war against confusion. And so
Sanctuary Sunday, Jocko Willink. You guys have a great day on whatever day you're doing this, whatever your goal is, whatever your discipline is. You guys go and knock it out.
And that is the warpath.
Day 18.
Fight in adversity, the path of blood and of sweat and of suffering.
Go get you some. We are officially on day 24 of 90. Cold plunge temp, sitting at 39. Water's looking good. Cold. All right. Get the scene set up. Here we are. Day 24. Also, you can probably hear the better audio because I have a mic in my hair. Let's go. Every day. 1%. That feels good. Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Gotta find the tranquility. Gotta find your zone. Once you're on the path, just stay on the path. Once you're on the path, stay on the path. The water. I have the garage open. Beautiful sunrise, birds flying, chirping. I guess it's kind of cool how the sky's purplish, pinkish blue in the morning, orangish. Beautiful Saturday. And just like that, 3 minutes, done. Off to the day 24 of 90. Let's see, so that puts us at We're almost a third of the way there on day 30. Day 45 is my tipping point. It's Saturday. Came out, got it done, which is good. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. That one, that was the first one that I can say that actually I got in and it felt good. Like I was legit excited to get in. And the water felt really, really good. So who knows? Maybe it takes 20 plus days to get acclimated. I don't know how you say that word. Acclimated. Accustomed. Used to. Let's just use the word used to. Nonetheless, that one felt really good. So anyways, good Saturday. You guys enjoy this on whatever day you're watching. You have a great one. All right, we're officially on day 23 of the cold plunge. Day 23 of 90. We're sitting at 41 degrees. Next, there we go. There we are. Cold plunge looking clean and good. Make sure the shot is right. Beautiful. All right. Lee, hopping straight in. We are on time. We are
That view looks like a cave in your body.
Yeah, come look at how my whole body looks.
Oh,
Isn't that wild?
yeah.
I'm trying to get it. Can you do it? You got it. It's cool. You can pull it out. Yeah, I know you're tough. Does my body look funny to you?
Yes.
It's just like all floating.
Yeah.
One rule, y'all do not read me the timer. I don't like to know what the countdown is.
Okay.
Sky, you want to touch it, the water? Did you sleep good?
Yeah. I woke up at like 6:40.
Sounds pretty good.
Huh?
That was pretty good. It's a good time.
My alarm went off at 6:10
Whoa.
because that's when I was supposed to wake up.
Did you snooze?
No, I set a timer for 30 minutes.
Well, here's the deal. If you can wake up at 6:40 and be ready to go, by the time somebody leaves, then that, to me, that's what I would do. If you can sleep longer and get ready faster, so you can wake up later, that's cool. Whew. Let's go. Let's go. Day 22 of 90. look at that paddleboard every morning. That's like where I focus. The paddleboard. Thinking about the good times on the lake. Good times on the lake.
I really want to go there again.
Ooh. Just like that. Just like that. Super red. Cold. But it's not like a freezing, chilly cold. It's just ice cold. Numbing cold. Here's what's funny after these, this is something I mentioned, is for the first, it almost feels like the 2 hours of the day, unless I can get outside and get into some sun, I stay cold. So usually I throw on my shirt, I throw on something warm, put on a hoodie, a light jacket when I'm done, just because it gets, or I feel like it is cold. And unless you guys get after what you're getting after, it doesn't get any easier. It just gets done. You guys have a good day on whatever day you're watching this. Day 22. This tracking thing, it's gonna kind of track me. We'll do this one video like this and we'll see how I like it. Sorry. I was up super late last night. 40 degrees. I don't know if you can see it from there. It's at 39, but it's at 40, and it's actually, the lower you get, it's a way truer, or it's more true to the temperature, so it's definitely 39 at the bottom. Nonetheless, yeah, I was up till past midnight working last night, and so that put me at 8 hours of sleep, if you will. And I woke up around 8 today. Let's just get to it. So this is the point. Today is day 21. The cold is the cold to your body. There's no getting used to it. At least 21 days there is it. Maybe after day 30 there will be. The after feeling though, the feeling you get post plunge is so worth it. It's so amazing. You feel alive. In fact, on day 30, I'm gonna put together a 30-day video of doing cold plunges, and I'll list out the actual benefits, because I haven't talked about none of the benefits in any of these videos. And that's just because that hasn't been my primary focus. It's been the resilience and doing the hard thing every day, regardless of how I feel, regardless of state of mind, just getting it done. But I actually do want to do a deep dive on the actual benefits of cold plunges, and I'll release that with the 30 days video remark. But yeah, your body, it feels the same. So there we go. I don't know what time this is, whatever time you can see on there. That's how long it took for me to finally get to a place of like, okay, we're here, we're settled, we're not freaking out anymore. We're calm. Day 21. Is complete. Yeah, so day 21. Gosh, that was cold, man. That one was cold. I will say, here's what it seems like I get used to. Usually I'm up between 6 or 7. Here this last week and a half, it's been a little after 7 just because every work night's been super late. However, under normal conditions, I'm usually up between 6 or 7. And when I do wake up later than that, I will say that I'm like, man, I would be done by now had I woke up early. That's the only type of solace, I guess, is just knowing when you're up earlier, this gets done earlier. That's about it. So normally I'm already in the office by this time, but not a big deal. Day 21 of 90, the cold is still the cold. You guys saw me get in, you saw me panic breathing, you saw me get my breath under control. I think one small thing I'll add is I have been noticing that I've just been doing stuff like more, just like get it done, just don't wait, don't put it off. I definitely think it comes from what I've been doing with the cold plunge. Now, you don't gotta do that to get that. That's just me, and that's something I'm noticing from myself going through this. So nonetheless, you guys get after it today, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 22. We are officially on day 21, or no, day 22. Plunge is sitting at 39 degrees, 808. Water's looking squeaky clean. Still not like. We are gonna get to it today. Currently in the ears is Little Boo Thing by Paul Russell. It's actually a great song. Do my boo thing. Dun, 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 like do sing. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's me. Day 22. And then tell them about next. What's happening? You my little birthday. You saved your night now. Try to make the way you like now. Still gotta focus, even though the song is on and it's a great song and it's upbeat and it's fun. You still have those moments where your body's trying to take over. Gotta keep the mind in charge. Tell me next.
played that song and then went straight into some piano music, which was all right. I like piano music for work, for reading. I guess it's okay if I'm trying to meditate too, but that wasn't necessarily the case. I hit about 2 minutes, and then I don't know if my mind was right. That's the other issue about having music sometimes, is like if you're in a really good, like feel good music mood, dancing, having a good time, it's like, it's a really good way to start and get yourself going. But when you get in, it gets real. Your body gets like, hey, we're in here now. And so once that music stops, your mind better be ready to take over, because that motivation or that little energy you got going, it falls solely like back on you. So beware when you use music. I mean, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, but you still got to control your mind and your brain, especially when it's like all done. Goodness, I'm so wet. Yeah, so we officially crossed day 22 of 90. All right, it doesn't get easier, it just gets done. You guys get after it. Have a great day. Actually on day 20, 41 degrees. Water's looking pretty good. Let's see. I need Jocko today. I want some Jocko. So you guys are gonna get to hear Jocko's good. That's actually my favorite one by him. Just really good. Yeah, so this is always like a little crooked, but we're just getting into it. Let's go. Countdown begins.
One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on, and he'd say, "Boss, we got this and that and the other thing," and I'd look at him and say, "Good." And finally one day he was telling me about some issue he was having, some problem, and he said, "I already know what you're gonna say." And I said, "Well, what am I gonna say?" He said, "You're gonna say good." He said, "That's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say, good." And I said, "Well, yeah, when things are going bad, there's gonna be some good that's gonna come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. You learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack. One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. And finally one day he was telling me about some issue that he was having, some problem, and he said, I already know what you're gonna say. And I said, well, what am I gonna say? He said, you're gonna say good. He said, that's what you always say. When something is wrong and going bad, you always just look at me and say good. And I said, well, yeah, when things are going bad, there's gonna be some good that's gonna come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get that. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on that. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
You guys, day 20 of 90. You guys go get after what you're getting after. We are officially on day 26. Temp sitting at 41. I bet you anything is closer to 40. 39 in there towards the bottom. Water looks clean. Day 26 for the cold plunge. March 30th. Alrighty. Let's see here. If we can get this set up. Sorry guys, I don't know if I can get this to be any straighter. Seems like each time I touch it, it just gets worse. So, it's alright. Most of the videos come out crooked. This tripod gimbal thing sits on a ladder in the garage, so, oh well. Last night, or I should say, early this morning, it was one of those weird mornings where you have like a dream and you kind of wake up and you're kind of in your dream and it's a weird dream, and so you wake up thinking about everything as if it's all super real, and then you're like in your thoughts and in your mind. So I really need the plunge this morning just to shock everything. And shocked, so far succeeding. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know what it is about those mornings when you have those dreams and you wake up and it's like you're waking up right in the middle of a dream
And then your brain is just hit with all these thoughts and weights and stressors, things. And the further away in the morning you get from the dreams, the better off you get. Eventually just forget about it. But man, sometimes you can just wake up with a lot on your mind. And this is a good opportunity to come and reset immediately. Recalibrate, refocus, pivot the mind to what is important. Your dreams, your goals, your ambitions. Everything happens for our highest potential. No matter what it is, it's for the greatest good to come out of us. Everything. It's a beautiful relationship to have with perception and reflections. See, by the time you get into your meditative state, it's already time to get out. Something I've never mentioned is when you get into the plunge, your blood, your veins, everything like shrinks. And your blood starts pumping and pushing the blood to your vital organs, your heart, your livers, your lungs. It wants to save the vital organs. So it's going to pull the blood from your hands, from your feet, all that stuff. And when you get to the end and you actually stand up, you can literally feel the blood dropping down into your legs. It's just this wild feeling watching like the blood flow back down. Yeah, I woke up kind of out of a dream, kind of a weird one, and it happens. You have those mornings where you just have a weird as shit dream. Day 26. Day 26 done. So this is a good way to come and shock the system, get your perspective back. When you kind of think about it, I don't know how many times when you wake up with a weird dream and that like jacks your thinking, your morning just mindset, your morning thoughts, just because you woke up with a weird dream. Like it actually happens to me often. And so this is a quick way to you just shock it because your brain can't focus on anything other than trying to get into a healthy, good place to avoid paying attention to the cold and how uncomfortable it is. And so, yeah, it's really good. It's a good reset. By the way, you don't need to do this, but I enjoy it. And that's one of the good things about doing it first in the morning. It's almost like, yeah, it's extremely difficult. It's really hard. You don't want to do it. So you start your day off doing something very uncomfortable, very difficult,
But number two, it's almost like a cleansing kind of reset. Like it's a chance for your brain because it's shocked and it's just trying to, in that moment, somewhat survive. It gives you a chance to recalibrate and refocus and get your mindset to the path you want it to be on for the day. Nonetheless, today was day 26, tomorrow's day 27, and then we're almost to day 30, which is officially a third of the way in this competition or in this challenge. It's not a competition, but it'll be a third of the way in the challenge. You guys have a good day on whatever day you're watching this on. It is day 25. Plunge is sitting at 41 degrees. Water's looking good. Cold plunge, day 25. Got it on my to-dos. All right. It's Sunday. So you know what that means. Go. Should be a little more centered. Jocko Sunday, which means we listen to Jocko on repeat. It's actually a good breeze outside.
One of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me, he would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on, and he'd say, "Boss, we got this and that and the other thing," and I'd look at him and I'd say, "Good." And finally one day he was telling me about some issue, he was having some problem, and he said, "I really want you to say." And I said, "Well, what am I going to say?" He said, "You're going to say good." He said, "That's what you're going to say. When something is wrong,
You do it every day.
going bad, you
Every day you do it.
always
Why are you still surprised?
And I said, well, yeah, when things are going bad, there's going to be some good that's going to come from it. Didn't get the new high-speed gear we wanted? Good. Didn't get promoted? Good. More time to get better. Oh, mission got canceled? Good. We can focus on another one. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted. Got injured. Sprained my ankle. Got tapped out? Good. Got beat? Good. Learned. Unexpected problems? Good. We have the opportunity to figure out a solution. That's it. When things are going bad, don't get all bummed out, don't get startled, don't get frustrated. If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload,
Man. Sunday section, I don't know what the fuck that is. Is this bullshit? Oh my gosh. That's the problem with YouTube autoplay. I thought I'd put the Jocko on loop. So on Sundays I like to listen to Jocko on loop. And for whatever reason it was on loop. So I got something of the botanicals of the night. That's funny. That's hilarious. Another thing about the cold plunge that I wanted to say was that if you hop into a cold shower, really quick, day 25, officially done and off the list. If you hop into an actual like cold shower, the coldest that most showers actually get is probably, on average, they'll be around 66 degrees. If your shower is very cold, it could probably hit 60 degrees. I think at max. You'd be lucky if it ever hit anything in the 50s. And so, to put in that perspective, this is on average about, if you were to get into a cold shower, which is actually really good still, if you were to get it on its coldest setting, the plunge is still about 20 to 25 degrees colder than that. So that's the difference between having like a plunge and just doing something in the shower. It was Sunday, so today was Sunday, day 25. Almost a third of the way there, 5 more days. We are officially on day 30 of the cold plunge challenge. So right here, day 30. Bam, gotta do my to-dos. I'm gonna knock it off after the end of the plunge. Plunge is sitting at 40-ish degrees, give or take. So, here's what's funny. I did 2 day 15s, and you'll see it on the YouTube video. I did the first day 15, and then the very next day, I literally came back in here and did day 15 again. So I did 2 day 15s, and then days 16 through 28, I legit did, thinking they were days 16 through 28. So when I went through it and I was putting together the longer video, I realized, oh, I'm actually on day 30. And you guys can go through and count all the videos. I just thought it was hilarious. And so instead of just continuing on, I figured I'd go ahead and course correct now. So today is officially day 30. In my ears, Almost Ecstasy by Windwalkers. I wish they had a vinyl, they're so good. Day 30, baby. Day 30. Day 30.
Officially a third of the way there. Yeah, so what happened was I had, on day 15, I did day 15. And so if you actually go through and you watch the videos, I did day 15. And then the very next morning I come in here and I'm like, day 15. And so I did 2 day 15s. And then I didn't catch it until yesterday when I was putting together the full video, getting ready for the 30-day video release. I realized that I did 2 day 15s and that I did days 16 through 28 as if they were days 16 through 28, which in my mind they were. So I don't see a need to go through and like change because the wording, you know, if I say day 16 and the title of the video is day 16, I didn't see a need to go through and change it. And so I'm just course correcting now. So we're going to call day 29 a blip. So, yeah, so this is officially a third of the way there. This is a pretty big deal. It's not the tipping point. I still have 15 days left to go until I get to the tipping point of the cold plunge challenge, but still being a third of the way there, it's a pretty big milestone. And I'm really surprised with, and I shouldn't be, but I am. I can't believe it's been 30 days. It's like, I feel like it should barely be like day 14 or 15 or something like that. But it's already been 30 days. So for 30 days in a row, I've already been doing this every morning within 30 to 40 minutes, 45 minutes of waking up. I haven't skipped a day, regardless of how I felt, regardless of if I was motivated to do it, in the mood to do it, regardless of if I slept good or not. I've woken up. I think the latest I've done this is 10 a.m. and that is because I've literally woken up on a Saturday or Sunday around 9:30 because I've worked super late at night. Nonetheless, this has been 30 days, so that's really exciting. It's a good milestone. I'm going to put together like a full-length video of what it is and what I have learned in just these first 30 days. I haven't put out an actual benefits video, and the reason why is because I actually haven't done the research on what the benefits are of cold plunging. I'm sure there's a lot of them, and I'm sure they're really good. The reason I haven't done it is because it was the mental thing I was getting after. To me, it was the mental battle of doing something hard and very difficult every day, no matter what. So that's why I chose it. I really wasn't in it for the benefits, the health benefits outside of that resilience mentality one. So I am going to do some research, and I'll probably actually throw that into the video because I'm sure there's some benefits that I'm feeling that I haven't expressed, and I probably won't fully be able to convey that until I fully understand and have the knowledge of what these benefits are. So over the next 2 or 3 days, I'm actually going to study up on what are the actual benefits of cold plunging outside of the resilience in the brain. Nonetheless, day 30, we've got it done. We're a third of the way on the journey. Enjoy whatever day you're watching this on, and remember, it doesn't get easier, it just gets done. We are officially on day 28, sitting at 40 degrees. Got my Volani app, got my cold plunge right here. Day 28. All right. Water's looking good. It's moving. In heaven, she people. Today's Panic at the Disco. That's pretty good. Day 28. Nothing to it but to do it. So this morning, I can tell you right now, it's a fight. This one's a fight. That one, I can tell you, was a fight. It's not that I didn't want to get in. Just wasn't feeling a little well. And so getting in was just... So getting in was, or being in there, it was more of a fight, just mentally. My body, my mind was like, you're not feeling well. And I don't feel sick, just a little out of it. So my body's like, we don't gotta do this. You know, we do. Day 28. Done. So panic at the disco. I write sins, not tragedy. Not tragedy. I write sins, not tragedy. Tragedies, that's that song, yeah. That one helped me get through it. Because some mornings, I haven't had a morning like that in a while, but some mornings are somewhat of a war. You get in and it's a long 3 minutes because your body is fighting to get out. Your mind is over it. And then you have to sit there with yourself, arguing with yourself on why you're going to sit through it, why you're going to make it through, how you're going to make it through, and telling your mind to shut the fuck up because it doesn't matter. You're going to get through it. And which we did. I'm sure that's good in its own way. How do you stay in control of your mind? And so this morning, I definitely didn't want to do it, but we got it done. Day 28. 2 days until day 30, 9:30, yep. And then we'll officially be a third of the way there. You guys have a good day on whatever day you're watching this. Good morning, good morning. Temp is sitting at 41 degrees. Water's looking pretty good. March 31st. Cold plunge. Day 27. Let me see. Let me get the set. Actually, I want to watch a video today. We'll see if it works. Let's get the scene going. Just have to make do with that. Alright, hopefully that's close enough. Alright, that'll work. Day 27, here we go. Getting knocked out. Every morning, every day. Okay. There we go. It's not so bad. It's not pain, it's just a feeling. It's an uncomfortable feeling, but it's just a feeling. That's all it is. It just feels a way your body's not used to.
And just like that, day 27 of 90 is officially over. 28, 29, almost a third of the way there. About 18 days left until my tipping point. And if this is your first video watching, there's 3 phases to every achievement, everything you're going after. Phase 1 is the start. Can you start? Can you get yourself on the path? Whatever it is, can you get on the path? Can you get going? Can you get in motion? Can you get moving? That's phase 1. Phase 2 is the tipping point. And the moment I start anything, I determine what is the tipping point. Because once you start, the tipping point is the point at which you tip over and you're closer to the finish line than you were to the beginning of when you started. So I love knowing personally what, let's see if I can do this. Personally, what the tipping point is. And then the third is the finish line. But once you make it through your tipping point, the battle becomes about finishing through and finishing strong, because you're closer to the finish line than you are to the beginning. I think about that every day. So today was day 27. Got that off the plunge. So again, I have about, let's see, day 30. No, I was wrong. I have about, I was right. So I have about 18 days until I get to the tipping point. And once I cross that tipping point, I will then be closer to the end than I am, or than I was, than I am to the beginning. So that is something I get really fascinated about, and I was thinking about that today. Like, I'm almost a third of the way there, but 15 to 18 more days, I'm going to be past that tipping point, and I'll be closer to the finish line of this challenge. So in everything we do, there's always a start, a midpoint, which I call the tipping point, and then the finish line. Nonetheless, you guys get after it.